Oh, man. All right, here we go. You know, let me cut the music, man. I'm not even in the mood for the opening theatrics. I'm not even in the mood. Because what the hell did we just watch? Salute to Knicks Nation, Knicks Postgame Live, presented by Manscaped. What did we just watch? You had the Knicks coming off of a couple days rest in Cleveland, at home, against a team who's on their fifth road game of a 5-game road trip. You come out to a 32-21 point lead in the first quarter, a 23-point lead in the second quarter, and you get your hearts ripped out. This was nothing short of an embarrassment. And you know what? The Knicks are good for that. Every season, they'll have their couple games where they let go of the rope and get completely embarrassed. And tonight was one of those nights. But like we saw on Sunday in Cleveland, on Friday in Milwaukee, stars make plays. Stars make plays. Whether it's Giannis, whether it's the Spider Mitchell, or tonight it was DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, but mainly DeJounte Murray putting on a show in Madison Square Garden, single-handedly ripping the Knicks' heart out by himself. He got another steal tonight. Tonight he took the Knicks' heart. 6 steals for DeJounte Murray, 36 points. These guys watch film. Does anybody not know that DeJounte Murray is an absolute ball hawk? That if you get loose in the passing lanes, he's off to the races. They had a 12-point lead in the second quarter. And when DeJounte Murray ripped the ball from Jalen Brunson and went in and yammed it, I said, we got ourselves a game. If these dudes don't wake up right now, they are going to hear it by the end of the night. And the Hawks never look back. Knicks scored 10 points in the third quarter. 10. They had 10 turnovers in the third quarter. I think Julius is still spinning and turning the ball over. The Knicks get outscored in the second half, 55-34. 17 turnovers leading to 26 Hawks points. Where is the heart when things get tough, when the adversity strikes? That was the thing that we want to see. When adversity hits this team, how do they respond? They got punched in the mouth and didn't do anything tonight. Complete embarrassment to a Hawks team, the 5th road game of a 5-game road trip. And they come into your building, steal your heart, and walk out of there dancing and prancing. What did we just watch, bro? Give me your thoughts, man.
It's it's game 7, and the immediate thought could be, let's not overreact. Let's not, it's only game 7. It's a long season and all that stuff, AKA nonsense. The reason I say it's nonsense at this point is because you look at this team and you look at this roster and you look at the way things played out tonight, and it seems like a similar recipe to what led to the team having the season they had last season. And so when you see that happen early on, that's actually a concern. So yes, game 7, not saying I'm going to go crazy out the window, overreact, but I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned. And CP, you could just feel, maybe it's the atmosphere in the game. You hear the groans of the fans. I'm concerned because you can just get a feeling that, and I hope not, that this could be one of those beginning moments of a potential snowball to come, for this team. And the schedule matches that possibility of some of these games coming up. So That's also why I am concerned. I'm concerned because Julius Randle is shooting now 20% from three. I don't think he made a three tonight. I'm concerned because RJ Barrett is now shooting 23% from three. I'm concerned because the head coach of this basketball team talked about, we had our weekly show last night and we played some of his snippets and he put a lot on the players. And I saw a little bit of his post game tonight and he put a lot on the players. Talked about the turnovers and some of the things they didn't do. Didn't see a head coach tonight in the post game say, I could have done a better job in the second quarter with some of my substitutions, or could have done a better job, having a better combination of players there when our bench came in and they sparked us. Maybe I could have left them a little bit longer, just maybe. Right? Maybe I could have, realized that Obi Toppin was 4 of 5 and 2 of 3 from the 3-point arc with 10 points in the second quarter. Maybe, just maybe, he could have played more than 6 minutes in that second quarter. And so, in conclusion, the template, scripted substitution patterns continue. And this is the same coach that tells me that we have to watch the games 4 or 5 times. So I guess I have to confirm my analysis tomorrow after I watch the game 3 or 4 more times after this show. So I'll watch it 3 or 4 more times, and tomorrow, maybe I'll post a video and confirm what I saw. And I'm concerned because you see the recipe, the same things, similar things. And I was told that Jalen Brunson, when you have a point guard, everything is going to be solved. Yet Jalen Brunson doesn't control the shooting of Julius Randle from three. Jalen Brunson doesn't control that Evan Fournier, from the second quarter to the third quarter, played 11 and a half straight minutes and gave you 0 points.
Unreal, bro.
Between that stretch. In other words, you bring him in the second quarter, you see the results, they come all the way back, and somehow you felt that in that third quarter, he deserved to play more minutes.
Even more.
It's like you didn't see any potential sign that because the way that starting lineup ended the second quarter, just because you go into the locker room and you coming back and you have a shoot around and you start the third quarter, hello, this is not a new game. This is the third quarter. The game is continuing. So why does the starters have to play your typical 8-9 minutes before you start making some moves or before you bring Obi in?
Bro, Obi didn't come in until 4 minutes into the third. 4 minutes left in the third. The starters hadn't scored for 4.5 minutes when the third quarter started.
And this is what happens. You see, a player like Obi, players like Obi, even if, let's say, Cam would have gotten hot, players like that are like rhythm players, how this league works, CP. There's sometimes a player comes in and in the first half he gets some burn and he explodes and he is on his way to having a great night. But what do? You don't bring him in to late in the third quarter. You're taking his rhythm away. You got to ride with the hot hand because you don't know if this is going to be a 20-point night for one of your bench scorers. And so I'll end it with this. In baseball, your job as a manager typically is when you create that lineup card, you put your best players, top 5, top 6, when you do that lineup card. Fill out the rest of the lineup based on strategy. Try to have a strong bench. In football, you don't expect when your right tackle, your left tackle, your number one wide receiver gets hurt in mid-game, you don't expect your bench player that's going to come in have the same production. So now we go to the NBA. Your starting lineup, they're starters for a reason. They're supposed to be more productive than your bench players.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to work. I mean, you might have one guy that's probably should be a starter on every team, but you have him on the bench based on strategy. But typically, that's how it works. Your job is to put your players in the best position to succeed. You should not be able to put this much pressure on a Knicks bench that's projected to be one of the best bench in the NBA to hold the fort for the starters. However, if your starters are not doing their job, there's two things you can do. When the bench is playing well, you extend their minutes. That's one. The second thing that you can do, and it's something they're going to have to consider very soon, CP, is if your starters are not doing the job, then you make a lineup change.
That's going to have to come. It's going to have to come.
And you do it pretty soon. So I think that's where this team is headed.
It's going to have to come. But like I said, and I'm not looking at the kid as a savior. This is not savior talk, but the Grimes injury is hurting this team. It's hurting this team. The perimeter defense is trash, bro. Every time the perimeter defense breaks down and you're forcing the team to rotate and rotate and rotate, you're leaving guys open. You're leaving guys open. The perimeter defense is compromising the entire defense. And that is a problem. Brunson is what he is. He's going to be there. He's your mainstay. The Fournier situation is hurting the team. Randle with his lousy decision-making is hurting things. The starting lineup needs a look because the perimeter defense is no good. There's no flow to the offense. You can't come back into the game in the second quarter and give up everything that the bench gave you. Your starters are supposed to hold it down or extend. Third quarter, they did not score for 4.5 minutes. The team as a whole scored 10 points in the third quarter. 10. And like I said, bro, you could feel the energy. I always, especially when, if a team is coming in on a second night of a back-to-back on a long road trip, I always want to see, like, you always get the feeling like, okay, they're going to recover at some point. And you could just tell in the beginning, the Knicks had the energy. They came out. They were pushing the pace. The energy was good. RJ was out there. He was playmaking, knocking down a couple shots. Everything was crispy. 32-21 in the first quarter. And you just saw, like, the Hawks were kind of just a step behind. They were missing bunnies at the rim. They didn't really have it. But I expected them to warm up. And I was like, okay. Like I said, when Murray stole the ball from Brunson and dunked it, the Knicks were still up by 12, but this was about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. I was like, okay, here come the Hawks. How are we going to respond? Because now it's a game. Now it's a game. And they completely let go of the rope, man. Disappointing, bro. Absolutely disappointing. Obi came in, was cooking. The first bucket he had, his handles is improved. The dribble package was filthy. And then he started splashing threes. And I'm like, okay, Obi's ready to go. He's in the game. Felt like you didn't see him again till the end of the third quarter. I'm like, yo, what is going on here? They get the
How is he not the first guy off the bench in the third quarter, man? Like, how is he not the first guy?
How is he not the first guy? You got Julius stumbling and bumbling all over the place. Classic Julius. Melting down under the gun against the Hawks. Right? He sees that Hawks red. And it's over with. Melting down. And we don't go to his replacement. Put him on the bench and just send him a message like, hey, listen, number one right now is Splash, and he's on your ass. You need to step your game up and snap out of this funk that the Hawks got you in. But that wasn't the case. Grimes did get in garbage time. You know, they're trying to get him. And that was another thing with the Grimes and Reddish, right? The injury report was saying that they were available. And that's why I hit you up on Twitter. I was like, what type of available? Are they going to play? Or are they, available in a pinch? And that was the case with Grimes. He got in garbage time, just get some run in, get his reps in. He's way behind, bro. He's going to take a while to get back up to speed. He's way behind. So hopefully he can stay healthy and get back into a groove. But nevertheless, disappointing, man. 17 turnovers led to 26 Hawks points. And then look, you give any type of team confidence like you gave them. And their stars led them. It's always Trey, but DeJounte Murray. Just look at his body language, bro. The stars led them. And that's when Hunter started going in. That's when Justin Holiday was hitting a couple buckets. The Hawks bench started picking it up a little bit. Because the stars were leading on both ends. And all Nate McMillan had to do Because he's seen it before. He's seen this team before many times. All he had to do was throw that zone in there. And with no shooters on the court, it was curtains. It was curtains. Slap the zone on him and watch him fold. We back in the game. That's all it took. That's all it took, man.
I just realized. Oh my God. Gave me flashback of last year against the Nets, flashback last year against the Lakers. I just looked at the largest lead. We really were up 23 points tonight.
23 points in the second quarter, man.
How do we go up 23 and end up losing by double digits? How does this happen?
A 10-point third quarter. A 10-point third quarter. 10 points, bro.
CP, we're tied. The 23-point lead is tied for the third largest blown lead in a loss over the last 30 seasons.
Crazy.
And over that span, the Knicks have led by 23 or more points and lost in 5 games. And 3 of those games are already in 2022. Crazy.
Can't make it up.
Somebody, it has to be held accountable for that.
You can't make this up, man. They got to do some soul searching, bro. Like I said, the lineup needs work.
And the problem is, CP, is if they're looking to make a change, there's a couple things with the starting lineup dilemma. Number one, the clear-cut candidate is Evan Fournier.
Yeah.
However, you're talking about a guy that has another year at 18, 19 million or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you got to weigh that in from a CAA business perspective. That's number one. Number two dilemma with the starting lineup is that I'm going to assume that they would want Quentin Grimes to have that job.
Yeah.
I don't think Quentin Grimes could start the next game. I don't think that's fair to him.
Nah. He's way behind, bro. He's not ready. He's way behind.
He's available tonight. Give him the last 5 minutes, get his feet wet. So you're thinking what? Maybe another 4 games of him getting run before he's a starter?
Could be. You got to see how his foot responds. Who knows?
If he's the guy you want to start, you can't go to Cam the next game.
Yeah.
And then go back and put Cam on the bench. Can't go to Quickly because I think they just view Quickly as part of that bench unit. So if they're going to mold Grimes to be in that lineup, I mean, you're going to wait some games before you do that. And the problem with your schedule is I don't know that they can afford this.
It's only getting tougher.
You're going to be 3-7 before you make a starting lineup and then try to tell me that, oh, we're doing it now. Like this is very concerning right now.
This was a disappointing loss, man. There's no way around it. It's game 7. It's a team that we hate, a team that you had a great chance to beat tonight. This team just got washed up in Toronto. They've been on a 5-game road trip. They were ripe to be had. But as soon as they got warmed up and put the pressure on, these guys folded like a Canal Street suit. Folded.
Them suits are cheap, so it's not good.
Yeah,
counterfeit.
That's the thing that gets me, man. It's like when these guys, it wasn't even like, okay, it was a close game, we lost at the end. You know, things could have went either way, but you know they just made more better plays than us. They just took our hearts out, man. That's the thing that gets me, bro. I could live with a tough loss, but not on a night like this, man. Not on a night like this.
It doesn't look good, CP. Back to back. We got to look at 2 players that this franchise could have gotten their hands on. And those 2 players, I'm telling you, took these games personally.
Yeah.
Because you could just see. Remember, DeJounte Murray was posting these little cryptic, tweets when there were rumors that the Knicks were interested.
Yeah.
So this is not something that is, breaking news here. Like it's frustrating to see these potential, Murray is a fringe star player. He's young. He's going into that all-star caliber. Mitchell is a star. And to have them perform like this on the big stage is it's frustrating. And I'm tired of that, man. I'm tired of that.
It's disappointing, man. Call us up. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We just venting right now. We tight right now. Call us up, though, man. 657-383-1509. Or hit us up on the KnicksFanTV Discord. Throw an emoji in the chat right now, man. Let us know how you feeling. I'm tight right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm tight right now. I want to shout out my guy, Ignacio Lobregat. Sends us a 500 Philippine peso. Says thumbs up for KFTV even when the Knicks are putting us down. If a coaching change happens soon, who are the top candidates you guys see as replacing Thibs? Been a while. Salute from the PI. Salute to the Philippines, man. All our people out there in the Asia Pacific region, Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, Japan. Shout out my guy Greg from Vietnam. Everybody in the APAC region holding us down right now. Good morning to everybody out there. I mean,
Want Steve Nash?
Yeah. As soon as the Nets got rid of him, hey, let's bring him in for RJ.
Bring him for RJ. Maybe RJ will shoot like him.
Let's bring him in for RJ. Let me think about that one, man. Let me think.
You know who it is.
I mean, is it time to get with the Jackson Hive?
Nah. Nah, man. It hasn't. Stephen A. still doing that, pushing that.
Is it time to get with the Jackson Hive?
Man, honestly, I need more modern.
Yeah,
is Johnny Bryant?
I'll give him a look. You know,
but hey, they brung in Brunson because of Thibodeau.
Yeah,
well, I mean because of Brunson too. But I don't know that. And this is where you can create some awkwardness when you continue to add for a head coach that is in limbo or that's coaching for, his job. And now you add a father of a player, you know how that worked out with the Clippers, where afterwards some players were saying that they weren't too fond of that Doc Rivers, Austin Rivers connection, and that affected that locker room. So, obviously going way ahead of ourselves. But if that were to happen, they would have a decision to make, because now Johnny Bryant is coming in as a new head coach. And I don't know that coaching staff is guys that he would want to coach with in terms of, whatever his style and his system he would want to implement. Because I'm sure his system is totally different than Thibs. I mean, we know he was brought in as a young prospect coach that this front office liked, the whole Donovan Mitchell thing. I don't think it was anything to do that they saw Johnny Bryant have similar principles than Tom Thibodeau. They just liked the mix of a veteran coach that's been around the block, kind of, having Bryant there learn under his wing. So it would be interesting to see.
I'm seeing a lot of Quinn Snyders in the chat. I'm seeing Johnny Bryant.
Want to do a last minute offer to Udoka before the Nets get him?
Last ditch pitch, eBay. Trust, man, it's better over here. It's still better over here than in Brooklyn, man. Come through. Seeing a lot of Quinn Snyders in the chats, man. A lot of Quinn Snyders. Okay, Van Gundy. A lot of Johnny Bryants as well. Becky Hammond. Okay. All right. Interesting, man. Randle. They got the cheap shot on Trae Young in the fourth quarter. Still didn't work. Still couldn't keep up. I wasn't even going to respect the W after that, but we still couldn't get the W, man.
And then with our luck, he still comes back with
the glasses.
With the glasses, one eye shut.
And he's still knocking down jumpers, man. That's like in wrestling. When the bad guy used to throw the salt in a good guy's eye. And still catches an L. It was like that. Yep. You know what I mean? Even the salt tricks couldn't work.
Oh my God.
Poke Trey's eyes out. Still couldn't beat him.
How about Mitch, man? I thought Mitch, remember, last night's show, I talked about Mitch being a candidate for Player of the Week. And he sure started like it.
Looked good.
I mean, you talk about like the first 6 possessions, he affected it on the defensive end and on the offensive end. He caught 2 lobs from RJ. He had a few blocks, even a few contests that led to buckets.
Yeah. And then he picked up like 3 straight stupid fouls.
And that's the other thing with Thibs
you
is
killing us, man.
the way he's managed Mitch so far. It's like if Mitch gets in foul trouble, he totally goes away from him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he didn't even come. He didn't even come back in. He only had 4.
Yeah, I still don't agree with that because Mitch still shows impact when he's right.
Yeah.
And I know that Hartenstein gives us the touch and all that stuff, but Hartenstein can't guard a pick and roll, man.
No.
That guy is stiff, sideline to sideline.
He can't.
Getting able to guard a perimeter player. If you looked at the game, Murray kept going, attacking him on those picks.
Mm-hmm.
And he was getting clean looks because of, Hartenstein's inability to defend that. So that's why sometimes it's a dilemma as a coach where you have him that gives you other things offensively, but is that enough to compensate for, what you could be missing defensively?
Yeah.
So sometimes I just feel like I know Mitch is in foul trouble. If you're not going to play him, might as well just, let him foul out then.
But with the depth that we have, let him rock.
Let him rock.
Let's get to the phones, man. Hear what the people got to
let's
say.
hear from the fans.
So to everybody in the chat once again, man, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's get those likes up. Knicks played bummy tonight, but Knicks Fan TV's #1 show for the fans by the fans. So hit that thumbs up on that regard. Share these videos. Subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get to it, man. Max from the Bronx. Let's go.
Yo, what's good?
How you feeling, man?
Listen. Let me come in here. I'm a little bit under the weather, but
Right.
I'm always paying attention to Knicks Fan TV.
Of course.
You guys gotta relax, bro.
I'm tight right now, man.
7 games in. I know you're tight. I'm tight too. Trust me, I'm tight too. I'm gonna get into the reason why I'm tight, but it's 7 games in. Relax. This is a 500 team. They play like a 500 team, right? So let's get into it, right? Thibs is way more of a problem than I think everybody realizes because anybody with a brain, right, would know that Evan Fournier really hasn't played good at all this year. And it's like Evan Fournier is the most frustrating basketball player because he's really bad at defense, but he's also really bad at decision making. Like, you ever watch Evan play the whole game? You're like, what are you doing, Evan? Why did he do that? Like, the reason he got put on, that foul he got on Trae Young, bro, you clearly extended your elbow in front of, 2 refs.
Yeah.
Why? Like, you think nobody was going to watch you? Nobody was going to see you? Okay.
You don't sound relaxed.
Second problem is your man Randle, he started to sneak back. So his fumble nonsense, you better cut that. You know what?
Yeah, he did.
Before it starts. Bro, especially the third quarter, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you serious? All right? So, listen, I'm an RJ fan, but he needs to be way more aggressive because this thing where he's like the 3rd or 4th option and all that, bro, you got to stop that nonsense. Especially tonight because come the third quarter, Jalen wasn't good. Even though his numbers would say he was efficient, he was not good.
Yeah.
He wasn't good. He turned over the ball like ridiculous, right? So the way the Knicks need to get better, simple. Take Evan out the starting lineup. What are we holding him on for? I don't understand. At this point, quickly, defense has surprised me enough where I'm like, I can play him at the starting team. And then we have Grimes. I'm never going to use Cam because this Cam Hive nonsense needs to stop immediately, bro. Because this guy is super lazy, super lackadaisical. I don't like it, bro. You know what I mean? But you need to take Evan out because it's unfair. There's only one decent or good perimeter defender on the starting lineup, and it's RJ. How much do you expect him to do?
Yeah.
Jalen's not really a good defender, even though he tries. Evan's awful. Julius has started his nonsense where he's leaving people wide open. He started that in Cleveland, leaving people wide open. He started that nonsense again. Right?
Yeah.
Knicks gets in foul trouble, even though one of the fouls were, terrible. He's just reaching the ball. He's taller than Hunter. He's going to get the ball. How you call offensive foul on him for that? So, we got to realize it's 7 games in, but your man Thibs got to do something. Bro.
All right, no doubt, man. Appreciate the call, man. Kenyan from the Bronx, you up next. Kenyan, what's good?
Yes, it's Kenyan from Brooklyn, but it's all good.
Brooklyn, yeah.
CPJD, what's up?
How you
I don't
feeling?
want to be the dead horse. I mean, the backcourt is definitely the issue defensively.
Perimeter defense is hot garbage, man. It's garbage. We knew.
Yeah,
we knew it was going to be a problem.
Like, you know, changing Fournier from the lineup, but here go. I'm going to be the person that's going to be that guy.
Oh boy.
Brunson. Brunson's a midget. I don't like small guards. So, yes, he can move the offense okay, or whatever the case may be, but he's a liability as well.
Yeah,
defensively, you cannot win with a midget playing point guard. But, I mean, I normally wait to 20 games, but, yes, I got concerned after this loss tonight or whatever the case may be. But I don't know what you got to do. Maybe bring Fournier off the bench. Let Rose get some more minutes. I think Rose could definitely get more minutes.
Yeah, but they're not going to start Rose, man.
Brunson play 24-24, do something, but you cannot win defensively with his backcourt. So
yeah,
we're going to have a lot of games like this where we got the other opponent backcourt just killing us, period.
Listen, the thing is, and appreciate the call, bro. The thing is, the only logical move right now is waiting on Grimes. You could put Quickly in there, but then you lose the Quickly OB connection in the second unit. Cam doesn't have a chance. The only logical option right now is waiting for Grimes to get healthy and up to speed at the 2 guard. That's the only thing. They're in a tough spot, man. They're in a tough spot, bro.
The first caller, the first words is, "You guys gotta relax."
Yeah, and then he
gives you a whole roster analysis of complaints. What are you doing?
Then he went on a diatribe. Shout out Max from the Bronx. Talk about we gotta relax.
It was a good call though, but I'm just saying, like, he set the tone.
Far from rapid fire, man.
And then he gave you a whole ton of concerns.
100%. 100%, man.
Listen, man, they're in a. I mean, I just think the decision is, because of the way they're constructed, is difficult because who the coach is.
Yeah.
But it's pretty simple, you know. It's pretty simple. If you're gonna start Fournier, give him 4 minutes. Like, I don't understand what's this whole thing of having to play these guys 7-8 minute stretches.
He played way too much in the second half. Yeah, you might as well just went to Quickly at that point. You know what I'm saying?
It's just the patterns, and when he utilizes certain lineups, it just doesn't make sense sometimes. And and the whole also, like, sometimes he doesn't combine certain players that are playing well. So, like, when he makes a decision, it seems like, yep, everybody's out. Yeah. And everybody's back in. And and we've talked about the biggest glaring mark is Obi. And I continue to be, dumbfounded. Again, you look at a lottery pick. What is he thinking to himself when he's like, man, y'all told me I'm supposed to improve my 3-pointers. That's what I was told. Yeah. I was told I got to show more effort. Even here's the thing, CP, even because I will say he missed 2 key shots there when it was a 10-point lead, could have cut it to 7.
Yeah, in the fourth. Yeah, right? In the fourth, he didn't have it.
However, even though when he missed those 2 3-pointers, go back on the film and go look at what type of shots he got there. Those were wide open shots.
Those good shots.
That's a good thing. That tells you that lineup there was able to orchestrate that type of look.
Corner
for
3.
him.
Something that they want. Something that he's knocking down.
I'll live with that towards the course of the season. He missed it then, and he even missed a dunk. That's rare.
Yeah.
But again, look at the opportunity he got. And that's the thing with Obi is he has this knack of, when he's on the court, positive things happen. Even when he does quirky things here and there, positive things happen. There's more energy. The ball's flowing better. And you got to look at that, even those 2 misses, but you got to look at the fact that lineup was able to orchestrate that look. And it seems like with our starters right now, with that lack of foot speed, and I continue to say it, this is not breaking news. When we continue to play athletic teams, having RJ, Randle, and Fournier, those are your wings. Think about the foot speed of that and try to compare these guys to the Jason Tatums and the Jaylen Browns tonight with Hunter and Murray and Collins.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even in the same ballpark at some of these wing combination starters.
It's tough
from a point of foot speed and athleticism. We're going to continue to get exposed defensively, and all teams are going to have to do to beat us is once the ball gets moving, because we're a step slow, just hit the 3-point shot, and the Knicks will be in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, simple and plain, man. To the Discord we go. Let's go to Mel27 on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Mel27.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. Let's go.
Yeah, it's Jamel from the Bronx.
Jamel from the Bronx.
Here, Omaha. Shout out to Joe from Nebraska and me up. But
are you in Nebraska? What the hell are you doing in Nebraska, bro?
I've been law school out here, man.
Okay, all right.
Trying to get it right.
All right, yeah, do the damn thing, man. When you finish, man, we might need you, bro. So yeah, hit us up.
All right, definitely. Yo, this was a tough loss tonight, though, man. We was doing so good the first half. I had hope this season. I was like, nah, it's not about to be the same old Knicks. We about to, and then here we go. Second half, just the turnovers, man. We got to be better on defense too.
Yeah.
It's the template coaching. Thibs got to know sometime, okay, I can see the perimeter defense wasn't great, and we need more offense. You could have put Randle and Obi out there. We could have did that tonight. There was a chance, because we're the best when we're running. When Brunson is leading the break and RJ is out there and Randle's going and trying to get to the hoop, that's when we're the best.
Yeah, but the problem is just as you said, when that perimeter defense breaks down, bro, that is why Mitch is so valuable. Obi and Randle ain't going to give you that. That is the problem. That's why you can't play them together. Because the perimeter defense is so compromised, they have to be that second line of defense. If they're not strong protecting the rim, you're going to give up those high percentage buckets at the rim. Those are the things that teams don't want to give up. That's the conundrum.
I definitely agree. It's when Mitch is on the bench and Isaiah is out there. Isaiah did some good things on defense out there, but when we're getting down by 10, by 20, you call a timeout and nothing's working, and you got to switch it up and see what we can do, because whatever he was doing tonight wasn't working.
Yeah.
And I know he put Grimes in to get some reps and try to get back, but when I seen him come in 4 minutes, I was just so tight because I wanted him out there during that game. Oh, man.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you, man.
It was tough.
Appreciate the call, Mel. Yo, keep us posted, man. We might need you on the team, man. We might need you just in case, the suits come after us, bro. We might need some representation, bro. So hold it down in Nebraska. Definitely hold it down out there. But, yeah, man, so keep in touch, man. Good luck with everything.
All right, thanks. I'll call in again.
All right, no doubt. Mel from Nebraska on the check-in. Here was, let's get some comments. You guys want to hear from the coach? Yeah, let's hear from the coach. Let's hear what the coach got to say about tonight's loss. Knicks post-game live presented by Manscaped. So to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up button for your boys, CPJD on the ones and twos. Let's hear from Thibs.
The thing is, it's probably a compilation of things. We missed some shots. We didn't protect the basket as well as we should have. We turned it over. Live ball turnovers, they have a numerical advantage, but you still got to get back. I think we had 17 turnovers. We gave up 26 points. It should never be more than the amount of turnovers you have. So that's something that no matter what happens, we're not going to be perfect. We're going to make some mistakes. Just don't quit on a play. You can make a mistake and go hustle and get it back. And that's the mentality we want to have.
Okay. That was Thibs there, man.
Talk about don't quit on the play. What about when we had the lead, the 23-point lead, and nobody was quitting on plays? What happened then?
This team is a front runner, man. Right now, this team is a front runner. Who else we got? Sound bites here. Okay, you guys want to hear from Julius? Let's hear from Julius tonight. Is Julius at the podium now? He usually speaks low, so sometimes this thing you can't really hear him. But let's hear what Julius got to say tonight.
I have to give you some Joe Judge soundbite.
Let's hear what Julius got to say. Here we go.
How do you explain the difference? You guys were up 23 early in the second quarter, and then they early in the second quarter, third quarter, 36 points, 32 points they scored. What was the difference you saw?
Honestly, I gotta look at the tape.
That's courtesy of SNY videos. Nah, they set Julius up, man.
Does that sound like Joe Judge? Gotta look at the tape.
We gotta look at the tape. That's a Thibs answer.
Come on, man.
A Belichickian type of answer. We gotta look at the tape. You gotta look at the tape to show that we kept throwing the ball to DeJounte Murray and he's not on our team. 17 turnovers. You gotta look at the tape to see that we kept stumbling and bumbling and giving the ball to these guys.
I hate those quotes in basketball.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like in basketball, yes, there are certain specific possessions.
Yes.
It could be like a tie game and something happened that led to an open shot. So you want to say, let me look at the film to see whose responsibility it was. So there's specific times that looking at the film is important to answer the question. But when you talk about the totality of how a 23-point lead was lost, I think you can give some type of analysis on what
right in front of your eyes. You know
right
what?
in front of your eyes. And guess what? You were a part of it.
Yeah.
Because you were 4 of 12 from the field, and you didn't look good.
Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. You know what? We sucked tonight. I sucked tonight. We got to play better. We came out with good energy, good pace early. We didn't clap back when they tightened things up. I threw the ball away. I got to tighten up. I got to work on my jumpers. My 3-point jumpers is trash. I got to work on it and be better.
Speaking of accountable, I think somebody did it. If you want to go play Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds like somebody held himself accountable.
Let's do that. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We'll skip RJ for a second. Let's get to the point guard, Jalen Brunson, on tonight's game. Here he is.
8 turnovers in the first half of that third quarter after being up 23. What was going on in that stretch that you guys couldn't catch your rhythm there?
First and foremost, give them credit. They play with a lot of energy after being down a decent amount. We just came out a little lackadaisical. As a point guard, as a leader, I got to take credit for that. That's just unacceptable on my part. So we just got to be better.
Talk about night and day. what we just said. Talk about night and day. This is
you didn't
leadership.
have to look at the film to say that.
Right. Accountability. Keeping it real. Keeping it real. I got to look at the tape. Get me out of here. Couple more of these. He's not going to be available for media sessions. You know that's coming.
And that's what I'm saying. When you look at the difference in the makeup of the player, a player understanding his role. For all we know, maybe Jalen Brunson doesn't want to deal with the media tonight because maybe he feels, where was you guys at? I showed you a play on Twitter where Randle himself missed Jalen Brunson. Brunson looked frustrated. On a cut play.
Mm-hmm.
But here is that same guy that was frustrated goes on the media and says, as a point guard, it is unacceptable on my part on 8 turnovers that maybe weren't even his fault.
Yeah. Accountability, man.
Them, you know what I mean? So it's just about setting that tone. And this is why he was important. And this is one of the qualities we talked about is when this team faces adversity, what is everybody's mindset going to be and what type of energy they're going to, spill to the rest of their teammates? Well, this is a guy that's basically saying, it's unacceptable on my part. We just got to be better.
Yeah.
That's the attitude that we like to see. But, we hope that it shared throughout the whole locker room and that they can, come back stronger and hopefully win their next game.
Who's the locker room leader, man? Salute to 0031 $5 super chat says there are no more VCRs. There's no friggin' tape to look at. Fire Thibs. Oh, man. Tough crowd tonight, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, though. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks postgame live presented by Manscaped, CPJD on the 1s and 2s. Let me tell you tonight, man, just a little Aggie, man. It was a tough loss. Not a tough loss. It was an embarrassing loss. I could deal with a tough loss, but not to be embarrassed like this where you don't even try in the second half. 10 points in the third quarter. Forget about it. Remember that the show is presented by Manscaped, fellas. Go to manscaped.com, enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. And also, KnicksFanTV Snaps are back in stock. Go to KnicksFanTV.com/shop and go get your snapbacks, man. Newer era snapbacks on deck. And we have we re-upped on the Royal Blue Snaps. Obviously, we have our Navy snaps, and we just got the shipment of black snaps. You guys have been asking for the black snapbacks. We have them right now. So go to the site and go get your snaps. And for those of you that were waiting on the Blues to come back in stock, we are ready to go and ready to ship, man. So definitely go ahead and support the squad. Get your KnicksFanTV snaps today. All right, let's get back to the phones, man. Hear from the people, got to say. Let's go to the Bay Area, man. Let's get some new callers in here. Ryan, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going? Can you guys hear me all right?
Loud and clear, man. You good. Let's go.
All right. So it's kind of a therapy session one, man.
Yeah.
That's my first time calling, but, man, I don't know, man. It's just this Obi thing. He's got to get more minutes, man. And it's just like, it's just crazy to see that we're having the same problems as we were last year. I thought this year we got a point guard. You know, I'd feel more comfortable with these leads because in the past, man, it's just crazy that we could be up 20 and I just don't feel comfortable at all with the lead. Like anything can happen, and It's just the same thing this year. It's just wild. It's wild, and I'm just getting the same feelings as last year. I'm getting PTSD, but I mean, I hear what people are saying. You know, it's only 7 games in, but 7 games is enough to be a little concerning about about the patterns that I'm seeing, but. I don't know, man. Just therapy session call. At least we got a good talk show to come to after the games because, man, like.
There it is.
Stressing. I'm from the Bay, so I'm still a Raiders fan, and we're doing horrible too. So it's kind of this is just a tough time in sports. Tough time in sports for you guys. But
where you at? Oakland?
I'm like 25 minutes away from Oakland.
Okay. All right, no doubt, man. Well, listen, man, I'm gonna be out there for the game against the Dubs. We're gonna be setting up a Knicks fan meetup. I don't know if you're gonna be in the area or whatnot, but definitely.
I'm gonna be at that game. I am gonna be at that game.
All right, just look out for the announcement. I'm gonna make an announcement next week or two about where the meetup. We're gonna meet up pregame and just hold a vibe, man. So definitely come pull up on us.
Right on. Hell yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
No doubt, man.
All right.
Ryan from the Bay Area on the check-in. All right, so we're going to go from the Bay, and let's go to who we want to hear from. I want to hear from some new people, man. Let's go to New Rochelle. Love from New Rochelle. Love, how you feeling?
Yo, what's good, man? What's good, CP? How you feeling?
Good, bro. What's going on?
Chilling, man. What do you call it? Shout out to you. Shout out to JD. Shout out to Alex.
Mm-hmm.
First thing, add Murray to the MSG Hall of Fame. Your man is crazy.
well, the MSG Hall of Fame is reserved. MSG Hall of Fame is reserved for, the no-name players.
The Scrub Hall of Fame.
He's an all-star. He's an all-star.
You feel me?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Not like on some, but that's neither here nor there. First thing, Jalen Brunson, I think he's so tough, right? Like, he's a bucket, great footwork, but he cannot be our number one option. Like, for the last few games, I've seen them going to him first, and as much of a bucket as he is, he's a support. He's a Robin at the end of the day. Like, he's a supporting guy. He's a bucket. He's a good point guard, a good NBA point guard, but he can't be the number one option. I say all that to say that as much as I love RJ, and as good as he did to start out the game, like at the same time, like remember he came out the second quarter, he hit a couple threes, had a couple of dimes, but then he had like 2 straight turnovers, and then it's like, dang, like we love you, but then you got to stay consistent, and I think that's one thing the Knicks lack is like consistency. Last 2 things, rapid fire. Evan Fournier, like, I'm not an Evan Fournier enthusiast by any means. I just think that maybe I just hold his defense to a really low standard. So whenever he does perform all right, I'm like, wait, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, he cannot be our starting 2. Like, that's just – and Cam, I feel like he does have lack of enthusiasm, lack of energy, but at the same time, he does not get any touches offensively. Like, they go mad stretches.
Yeah.
Quickest touching, holding the ball. He's passing it to Obi. He's touching it. Everyone's getting these touches, long touches, and then Cam is just running up and down. And for someone who's like an offensive player, they need those touches to get them going. Like he gets a bucket, then he gets encouraged on defense. But what do you call it? I'm long-winded. Feel me, rapid. That was probably semi-automatic.
Yeah, that wasn't rapid fire at all, my man. But you're a new caller, so
I'm out of here.
All right. Gotta go. See ya.
Hit the
later.
Thumbs up.
All right. It wasn't rapid fire though. He was a new caller, so I typically let the new callers live a little bit. It's their first time. They might have the jitters. They might have some nervous energy. So I let them get their thoughts, collect your thoughts, and have a conversation. I was trying to land the plane. I was waiting for him to land the plane. I gave him some grace.
Gets a few points for realizing himself that he was
good self-awareness.
Yeah, so there's potential for that caller. Keep calling back. This is what we do here. We develop callers, right? So you can become a star.
Caller development.
KnicksFanTV. This is all player development, right? We're not gonna bench you like Thibs. Once you make your first mistake,
right.
Make sure you call back and good call and yeah.
Oh man, gotta have fun on nights like this, man. His team was completely embarrassing. But I mean, look, with the whole Brunson thing, yes, obviously he's a Rob and he's not a number one option. But his second point was that we have no consistency on this team, and that's why you need the ball in the hands of your point guard more often than not, because he's gonna make solid decisions for you, get you a bucket, set guys up, make some plays. That's what you want him to do. But again, what you saw on the other side of the court was two stars going into their bag and raising their game. That's what stars do. Stars raise their game to another level to carry their team. It's a stars-driven league, man.
Let me ask you a quick question, CP.
Yep.
I know it's early, but we've seen a few seasons of it, and now we got the point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Are we done with the RJ and Randle experiment? Are we done with that? Are we done with the trying to see and figure out if these two guys can play together? Because remember last season how it was already a challenge getting those both of those players to play well together.
Yeah.
Without the point guard, when we had one or the other be the focal point of the offense at certain points of the season last season. And now we get the point guard, and there still seems to be something off with those two guys.
It's just not a fit. It's not a fit, man. It's not a fit. I did like how RJ started the game, though. Remember on Weekly and last week I was saying how I felt like instead of just hunting a shot and trying to win each possession, make some plays. Make some plays. I was very encouraged with how he was passing the ball, especially early in the game. Finished with 5 assists. That should be a nightly basis for him. It should be easy for him. You don't know it now. The finishing at the hoop was a struggle. He had his moments, but he had some bad moments too. But nevertheless, I thought from a playmaking standpoint and getting others involved, I thought he did well early tonight.
Because sometimes I think, with RJ, maybe if he plays more with Obi. Or if he had more spacing out there, obviously that doesn't mean that his 3-point shot is going to improve because he has to make it. But when he becomes a playmaker, like as you mentioned, he drives to the paint, he gives alleys to Mitchell Robinson. Maybe you help him more there as a playmaking player by stretching the floor out for him. But the problem is when Julius Randle's shooting 20% from 3, two things happen. They're either going to shrink the floor on you, or, as you saw Nate McMillan do time and time again when he plays the Knicks, and he gets a lead, he plays a zone.
Slap that zone on him. Out of there.
He forces you to hit perimeter shots. So I think that's something that they have to look at long-term for this team is that combination. Can these two guys play together? Otherwise, you're going to have to think about making a move there.
They don't shoot the ball consistently enough. They need to be better playmakers. And RJ just plays better with that second unit. He's shown it. Now the starting unit has tried to play faster, give him credit, but they're not athletic enough. And I just, there's sometimes where he's the tertiary option. Sometimes he's the option behind Fournier in this lineup. So while he's not a player without faults, I don't like the mix. I don't like the mix. And speaking of RJ, let's go to his press conference, see what he had to say He was looking at his phone a little bit when this thing started off. Looks like he was watching the post-game show, but let's hear what he got to say. KnicksFanTV.
You and him were texting.
Facts. All right, let's go to RJ and see what he got to say.
In the second half until your third quarter, offensively, Atlanta seemed to just push you guys further away from the basket and made it tougher to get a chance set. So what did you see out there in terms of really you guys just trying to run your offense?
They played harder in the second half. That's really what I think it came down to. We gave them life at the end of the first, and then they just came out in the second half, and yeah, they did that. So it's a tough one.
All right, not too much there. He was tight. He was tight. But yeah, I mean, we talked about it. Once they slap that zone on you, you're done. And Knicks were playing perimeter ball basically the whole second half. Nobody was attacking the basket. Nobody was driving. Took them straight out. Out of there. It's definitely frustrating. Definitely frustrating.
Does it get easier?
Oh, no. No. We got Philly coming up on Friday. So, let's see how they respond. To the Discord we go. Haus on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Haus, what's going on?
Hey, guys. What's going on? Shout out to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to call in on a good note, but my first call ended up being on a loss, and that sucks. But really, I just had one question for you guys. Do you guys think that Randle has bought into the offense? Because, like, in the beginning, but I'm just saying, like, in the beginning of the game, he took those 2 threes, and I was just like, oh, no, this is going to be a long game. And I just think that, like, and it's the same when, like, the soon as the team gets down, right, he just instantly goes back into that hero ball.
Yeah.
Instead of just letting Brunson just kind of like guide the game to get us back into the game. So, like, yeah, I mean, watching it is just tough because at the same time, it's like in the beginning, like the first couple games, you could see that Randle was like, all right, I'm going to start doing bully ball now. I got a little bit more space. And then all of a sudden, like, now he's like giving up on that and going back to what he was doing last year. So.
No, I hear you. I think it was just that, really this game. Do I think he has bought in? Yeah, I think he has. I think you could see it. He's playing a lot faster. He's trying to get guys involved, but it doesn't mean that he's just gonna take a backseat to Brunson every single time. Like, you still need Julius to be aggressive offensively. You're just looking for him to make better decisions. And in the third quarter, he completely fell apart. So,
and unfortunately, the way that this starting lineup is going, you're gonna get these 6'5", 6'6" guys. They're gonna start putting on Brunson, right? Like tonight, the Hawks had a decision. Technically, by the way the starting lineup is, it's supposed to be Trae Young on Brunson, but no, they put the DeJounte Murray on him because he has a long wingspan. He's a good defender.
Yeah.
So,
which you knew. And the guys in the pregame show were talking about Young and Brunson being the matchup. I'm like, DeJounte Murray's guarding Brunson.
No. And you've seen in the last few games when Brunson gets a bigger defender on him, he has to make a little bit more of a few more moves in terms of herky-jerky moves to get away from.
He's got to work harder.
You got to work a little harder. So what happens then? Randle, although he has bought in, although he's looking to play faster, CP, it's not good enough because he has to now hit 3-point shots.
He can't hit anything, bro.
And he can't hit anything right now.
He cannot hit anything.
So it's one of those things where, remember, that's why I said last night on the weekly show, he's played well, but he is still not good enough. Because while he's buying in, the execution of where we need him to now play well, which is shooting the basketball, especially since RJ's not shooting the basketball well.
Right.
Especially since Fournier, when he's not hitting shots, is useless. You got to hit the shot now. And so it creates a dilemma where you want to give him credit for the the buying in aspect, but it's like we still need more.
Yeah.
We still need more. Otherwise, we're going to be this up and down team all season.
No question. Couldn't agree more, man. Let's go to Jared from ATL. Jared, how you feeling?
I'm good. How are you? Do
Good.
y'all hear me well?
Loud and clear. You good?
Yeah, man. I'm a first time caller. I usually be chilling, but I had to call in tonight.
All right, no doubt.
I just feel like Thibs is too predictable. Like it's just like it's ridiculous. Like when we run a zone, the team looks lost on offense. Like I can't tell you how many times like they swing it to one side, and RJ's on the right wing, and he goes to the middle to go to his left hand, but Randle will just run in the middle as well, and they just bump into each other. Like they look lost. Like his schemes are garbage. Like I'm gonna be honest. And like Fournier, man. My nickname is Pepin La Putrid for Fournier because, dude, I can't stand this no more. He is not good, bro.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you, and hang in there, bro. Hector from Harlem. Hector, let's go.
Hit your thumbs up for the only voice for the orange and blue.
Absolutely.
CP, backcourt at JD.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, CP. I think it's time for us to bow our heads and get our last rites and confessionals in because we gotta hope God forgives us for being this trash. I think we in mid-season form, baby. All Knicks fans out there, I don't know why y'all acting surprised. 23-point lead, and y'all acting like y'all didn't see this coming. DeJounte Murray, a kid who we could have had in the acquisition this summer, and Leon failed on that too. And I'm pretty sure he didn't have even 15 points before the halftime. And yeah, he finishes with what? 36.
36.
What was it? 36, 9 and one block. Bro, he was all over the place. JD, you nailed it perfectly. But in my opinion, I think the irony behind it is that back-to-back losses, Cavs to Atlanta tonight. We just lost to two teams that were better roster-wise. They're better coached, and just in general, they just also outclassed us. So I don't know why people are acting like this is a surprise. I did say on Sunday that this is a small sample size, so a lot of Knicks fans, you guys need to chill out. But I find it ironic that the first caller said, "Oh, this is a 500 roster team that there's no need to panic." Well, you just answered your own question, bro. This is a 500 roster team, and there doesn't seem to be any chance that it's going to improve.
Yeah.
CP. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm scared, but then again, I'm laughing because I'm not surprised. I'm going to be calling in. You already know. Knicks up.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
I mean, we thought the Knicks were with the Hawks right there before the season. And if you look at their early season wins, they've beaten the Pistons twice. They should have lost one of those games. They beat them twice. They beat the Magic. They beat the Rockets. And tonight, the Knicks. So 5 wins, but I mean, I would say they still have some proving to do.
Yeah.
They lost against the Raptors and they lost against the Bucks. If that would have been the Knicks and the Hornets, the Knicks beat the Hornets. So if that would have been the Knicks, we would be saying, well, the Knicks haven't beaten anybody. We still need to see.
Right.
So I still want to see what type of team the Hawks are. I know DeJounte Murray having a performance like that could get people thinking he's now a franchise superstar and a top 5 player because it seems that anybody that plays the Knicks becomes a franchise player. So I still would say wait and see on the Hawks. But yeah, in terms of talent, they certainly have a more talented roster right now than the Knicks, and they certainly have more pieces that should have an easier time to fit than we do because they have some athleticism. They have a couple of ball handlers.
Yeah.
The Knicks only have a few, and they have not much athleticism, especially in that starting lineup.
Stars. And it's not to say surprise, as Corey in the chat said. It's not surprise. It's more upset because this was a game they could have won. They should have won. And they got embarrassed. It's the way they lost.
Should have won the Cavs game. This is a couple games.
Could have won the Cavs game.
Having a different conversation.
It's the way
right
they
now.
lost. This team, they played a team. They were well rested. They played a team that was on their 5th road game in a row. 5-game road trip. We have a better bench than they do. They were down Bogdanovich, their best 3-point shooter. They don't shoot the 3-ball well. They don't get to the free throw line well. They're very much a mid-range team. That should have played into our hands. But it doesn't mean that you can be reckless with the ball because they have an all-defense caliber player out there. Look at the kid's wingspan. Look at his athleticism. He's a hawk. Everyone in the league knows this. Stevie Wonder can see this. And these guys are still lobbing passes like it's candy for the guy. And you know what I'm saying? There's no execution. Not after the first steal, not after the second one, not after halftime, the third one, not after the fourth, not after the fifth, not after the sixth.
And did you see how sloppy we were in the third? And I just think,
atrocious,
when is it appropriate to make a little change here? This team is clearly out of sync, and that's the same group that ended the second out of sync, and they started the quarter out of sync. And it's just the way, like, Randle and RJ passes going to the concession stands. Like, what's going on here? So
can't make it up, man. You just can't make it up. So yeah, it was just one of those nights, man. You know, and we're just venting accordingly. That's what we're doing here, man. But this is the show to do it. It is the number one show for the fans by the fans. This is what we do here. Knicks post-game live presented by Manscaped. Shout out to all 2,000 in here in the chat right now, man. Let's get those likes up. Let's get up to 1,000 likes, man. We only have 400 likes right now. That is abysmal, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone at home, all 2,000 people watching this show right now, hit that like button, hit the thumbs up button, and then hit the share button. Share this on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you guys do your social medias. We should be we should be way over 1,000 likes right now. We've been an hour into the show. People chiming in. We got people voting in the chat. The chat is going crazy. We got people calling in. Let's get up to 1,000 likes, man. You guys are watching for a reason. I don't know. Maybe you want to hear Knicks fans cry tonight, or you just like the show. Either way, we appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys are new in the chat, also type in hashtag new in the chat. We'll shout you guys out. And also throw your cities in the chat, man. We've been hearing from people all over the place. Nebraska, Harlem world. We had a super chat come in from the Philippines. So this is truly a global fan show. And nothing like it, man. So salute to everybody for tuning in. MadMex on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. MadMex, what's going on?
How are we, boys? Yeah, look, I'm going to keep it super rapid fire. Salute to UCP. Salute to everyone in the
Cheers,
chat.
man. Where you checking in from? Australia?
Checking in from Sydney. You know how it is.
Let's
Locking
go.
It down, keeping it down.
Let's go.
I'll keep it super rapid fire. Watching this game was honestly like getting a tranquilizer dart to the throat. Thibs legit needs to be fired. We need to hire back. And this is a really controversial opinion.
Uh-oh.
Get Mike D'Antoni back in.
Whoa.
I'm telling you right now. Get D'Antoni back in. Get Thibs out of here. Another side note.
Yeah.
Emmanuel quickly should not be getting 16 points off the bench and then Obi Toppin gets 16 rebounds. Why is he getting 16 rebounds? He's the smallest guy he's like the smallest guy on the court.
Yeah.
Besides Jalen Brunson. And I feel as though Obi Toppin gets way too many passes for like mediocre play. He is not hustling on the boards. He's getting 2 rebounds and then he's just running in. He just wants to get highlight plays. All right, that's not how we're going to win. I would more than happy trade him. Julius Randle, as much as I like him, and he's been improving a little bit. If we're in the playoffs, do you want him to be in the closing lineup? No, you don't, because what's he going to do? He's going to launch the ball three rows back. He's going to make a boneheaded play every single time. All right? People need to start taking accountability. We buff up our players way too much, and it's evident. We just lost to the Donovan Mitchell Cavs, and we just lost to the Hawks didn't even have Bogdanovich.
Yeah.
And then Trey Young goes out with an eye injury and then comes back with some shades on.
Yeah.
He looks so stupid. It just burns me. It burns me that. And Leon Rose as well. I don't know what he's doing, but he needs to go. We have all these picks. We need to make a hit on something, all right? We would have gotten fleeced by, the Donovan Mitchell trade. That's okay. I understand that. But also, what was our reasoning behind that? We want to keep our young core. Our young core sucks. It does. And we need to put this is another controversial. This is a huge controversial opinion as well. Put Jericho Sims at power forward, start him. Dead set.
Whoa.
Put him because that way we control all the boards. You got athleticism. He's gonna he gives Jalen Brunson and the wing players more room to play around. Julius Randle isn't doing anything. Much love from Australia. I know a lot of controversial opinions.
Cheers.
But, we're on to the next one. Much love.
Cheers,
My
man.
man is cleaning house.
My guy from Sydney is going. He's leaving no man spare. No, he's sparing no man out there. Rate that call in the chat right now, man. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. My guy from Sydney.
Does he have a power forward in the closing lineup? Because he trades Obi, and then he doesn't think Randle should be.
Yeah,
in.
he trades. Well, it's Jericho Sims' team now. So we're going through Jericho, baby. The walls of Jericho is taking over with D'Antoni as the coach. He's tight.
Well,
he's tight.
Let's build around with Jericho.
He's tight, man. He said we overrate our players.
I wonder, CP, why are you reacting that way? Are you thinking about someone? Are we overrating someone in particular that got you a little excited about that reaction?
I just felt like I've heard that before, But like I said, I'm in the micro right now, man. Off-season talking's for the off-season. I'm in the micro right now. I just want to see us win games with the guys that we have. And tonight was a winnable game, so I'm disappointed. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I don't mind giving Sims a few situational minutes and the quarters. You know what I mean? Like if Hartenstein comes in and he has like a little slow start, you can sub him in quickly. Give Sims a few minutes.
I'd like to see it.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Because there's some nights based on matchups where, like a night like tonight. You see, I like Mitchell Robinson as a matchup player against the Hawks because he's effective against them.
Mm-hmm.
And when he plays well, you see how he affects the Hawks players.
Mm-hmm.
They have, Trae Young's a small guard. When he gets into that paint, he has something to deal with Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
And when Mitchell Robinson's in the paint, the Hawks become more of a perimeter team. So when you look at that, do you see a matchup like that and you identify that and say, you know what, let me give Sims, 4, 5, 6 minutes tonight because he's a little similar in terms of build and a few of the strengths like Mitch. Maybe this is not a Hartenstein 20-minute night. And let's give Hartenstein 13. Let me give 7 to Sims.
Get Sims.
These are the type of things that I think this team is. When you don't have a star, CP, when you don't have Donovan Mitchell, and you want to say that you want to build through the team and you have a lot of depth, you have to use it in a strategic way. And the coach has to be flexible to try to get as many wins as possible.
Yeah.
And not play by the script.
Or else he's out of here. And what my man from Australia said, we're getting D'Antoni back. That would be a tough one to swallow, man. Tough pill to swallow, man. But shout out to the caller, man. Definitely shout out to the caller and everybody who's tuning in from around the world, man. We're definitely global. My guy checking in from Australia. We have people checking in from France. Shout out to Mac checking in from Okinawa, Japan. All right, so yeah, shout out to everybody, man, worldwide. We out here. I want to salute to It's Fields. $10 super chat says, could have sworn I saw Trae Young pull out a razor blade in his sleeve, like 90s ECW wrestling, but who asked me? A Freak NY says, I'm sorry, we got exposed at home. This is on coach. Mont Blanc Nolan says, I know stars make plays, but disciplined basketball matters. Look at the Jazz. We are who we thought we were. Shout out Son from Brooklyn, $41 super chat. Some definitely appreciate it. It says 41-41 for the season. I was never on the 50 burger train. This was an embarrassing loss. Above the Rim, shout out Above the Rim, $20 super chat. Says, I'm super tight. Julius made 5 consecutive stops against the Knicks tonight. I'm thankful I didn't watch the first half. I'll be at the Sixers game Friday. The only thing helping us is the Nets dumpster fire. I definitely hear that. All right, let's take a couple more before we wrap, man. We got a lot of calls in here tonight, though. I definitely want to get to some new cats. Let's hear from... Let's go to VA. Keith from Virginia. Keith, what's going on?
Yo, CP, JD, what's going on? How y'all doing tonight?
How you feeling, man? Where in VA are you?
Good.
I'm in Virginia Beach, via Queens. I'm from Queens.
VA Beach, what's going on?
I just want to put this in perspective. I'm gonna do a rapid fire. Yo, look, man. After after Obi Toppin did that pump fake, shot that air ball, the next sequence, Thibs took out all of the bench and put the starters back in. That's when the lead dwindled. He did not put the bench back in until mid-third quarter, and after that, it was nothing left for the Knicks. They couldn't do anything. This was an embarrassment. They're going to turn Obi Toppin into Kenny Skywalker. That's how far I go back. That's exactly going to be dunk contest champ and nothing else. They need to get it together, man. That starting five, no bueno. They was wild cold for the whole night.
Yeah.
I'm so
like a cold sub.
Tight.
Yeah.
Yo, man, they couldn't even get cooking. How can you get cooking when the stove ain't even on?
The stove
it
ain't
was just
even on,
so
man.
horrible to watch. I don't get to watch too many games because I'm a late night trucker. I listen to y'all.
Appreciate
y'all
it,
give
man.
me the inside scoop on everything that's going on.
Let's go.
I drive these fuel trucks, and all I got is y'all, so I don't get to watch the
Oh
games.
man.
And seeing this on my day off, yo, I'm wild tight.
Yeah. I
Y'all,
hear you, man.
y'all keep it good. Number one show.
Number one show.
Period,
For the fans, by the
point
fans,
blank.
man.
Thank you for y'all time. I'm going to just sip my drink,
Yeah, man.
pour up for the night, and just be tired.
All right, yo. Keith,
We got
man.
to clip the ending of that call, CP.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Keith, man. Shout out to all the truck drivers out there, the Uber drivers, taxi drivers. If you drive the subway, shout out to everybody at the MTA, man. Listening to us when they can, and listening to us in audio format. You know, we're always on podcast format as well. I'll tap it in when you can, man. You know, work can wait. This is KnicksFanTV, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans.
Trying to get through that shift, man. It's always good to, you know, as he mentioned, he relies on us to bring the content. So those are the reasons why we're motivated and we come out here even in tough losses, and you know, we try to give some energy to the fans and give y'all the best we got.
For sure. Shout out to Lash. Lash, what's good? See a lot of fives in the chat, man, for Kevin, the first time caller. So that's dope. All right, a couple more before we wrap up. They wanted me to acknowledge the Astros no hit in the World Series. I don't care, man. We don't care about that in this town. we don't care about that in this town.
I feel like all the Yankee haters are Astros fans because my phone was blowing up with messages.
I'm sure.
And I'm like, why y'all hitting me up? The Yankees not in it.
I'm sure.
But did you see the Astros? It's like,
forget that, man. I do rock with Dusty Baker though, but nah, I'm rocking with the Phillies, man. If they do win, I'll say okay, congrats. I would like to see Harper get a W, you know, get a ring. I like David Robertson from the Yankees on there. I always rock with Robertson heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, I love Dusty Baker when he was with the Chicago Cubs because I wanted that combination of him with that Cubs franchise needing a win. But now with the Astros, it's tough, man.
Was he the manager when they had the what was the guy's name that caught the ball over Moises Alou and they almost like killed him? What was his name? Bartman. Was he the manager when Bartman did the thing?
I don't know. I think he was. I mean, I know somebody in the chat will say so. With the black cat.
Yeah, you know he's coached some very good teams, man. He's gotten very, very close. So he does deserve a ring, but damn, with the Astros, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, forget that, man. The Yankees are in trouble. Forget them. I can't even think about baseball right now. Master Rexy on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Master Rexy.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Pretty good. It's a pleasure to be on the show for the first time. My name is Jonathan. I'm from Jersey.
Jersey, stand up.
Pleasure to meet, to speak with this EP and JD.
Absolutely, man.
I guess I should get right into it, right?
This is the rapid fire hour, my man.
So listen, I'm a big fan of the New York Knicks, but I like New York sports.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it like it is.
Okay.
Thibs, man, he has a history of icing our own players. You know what I'm saying? Whenever the bench has it going, it seems like he takes them out the game and puts the starters in, and they have nothing going. It's a repeated. It happens over and over again. And he's a repeat offender, and I'm kind of getting tired of it. As you see the bench doing a good thing out there, you don't want to take them out and then ice them, and then now you don't put them back in the game, or you put them back in too late, and that ineffective. That's the problem. So that's all I got for y'all tonight. But hopefully I get back in here again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, like I said, I didn't like Obi not getting into the game. But you guys know me, man. I'm a player make plays type of guy. And when I see these guys, basically handing the ball to DeJounte Murray play after play after play, it to me sometimes just comes a time when you got to execute, man. Get the job done. Get the job done. It's the same thing in the Cleveland game. The idea is to have your bench hold it down between typically the end of the third into the fourth so that your top guys on offense will come back, your top starters will come back and finish the game, right? So ideally, in between that stretch, you should hold it down. And to me, sometimes I just say, look, they didn't get it done. They did not execute. The Cleveland game, the bench didn't get it done. This game, the starters didn't get it done. Can we blame Thibs for taking out the hot hands and stuff? Yes. Especially with the Obi situation, he definitely should have been getting minutes way earlier in the third. I agree with that. But sometimes for me, bro, it's like there are starters for a reason. We should be able to rely on them to keep things going. And they fell apart. Now, is that the coach's fault? Or is that these guys for not executing?
Or
okay,
is it the front office's fault?
We looking at Donovan Mitchell. I'm gonna add this in here since I'm still available. We looking at Donovan Mitchell.
You're supposed to go rapid fire, man. Come back another time.
Yeah, you're not available anymore.
Yeah, man.
My man said I'm still available.
Yeah, I just didn't hit the disconnect button. My fault, man. But yeah, appreciate the call. You were supposed to go rapid fire, man. The shot clock went out on you. Or is it the front office's fault?
Because sometimes there's two things. When you continue to lose 20-point leads, hey, in other sports, who's accountable for that? Usually the coach. Coach gets canned for that. Right? And so that's one way we can look at it. And then the other way, when players don't fit in sports, who gets the blame for that, CP? When teams are constructed and those players don't fit, who gets the blame for that? The GMs, the front office. So I think, and we've talked about the potential disconnect there between what the front office wants to do and what the coach wants to do. Because I'm still not sold that this front office is on board with Cam playing 4 minutes in the first half, with Obi averaging 15 minutes per game as a 24-year-old going to 25 lottery pick. I don't care what Leon Rose says on these interviews. I am not sold that that's what he wants. That's what his vision is. But if you enable that to happen, then I'm sorry. I don't care what you feel in your heart. Because sometimes what we all feel inside, we don't express.
Yeah.
And if we don't express it, nobody knows, then how is anything supposed to change? So
they got work to do, man.
They got work to do.
They got work to do. I'm going to take one more for the phones, and then we're going to close it. Ari, for the phones, listen, we got a lot of people in the queue. A lot of people try to call in. Just try to call back in on Friday. This has been a good show, nevertheless, despite an embarrassing loss. Let's go to NBCI from the Bronx. NBCI, what's going on?
NBIC.
NBIC.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that an acronym? Is that an acronym for something?
Yeah, it's an acronym.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's out. Yeah. I just want to say, I hear a lot of people talking about the Knicks, and see, we are in year 3 of a rebuild. So Thibodeau was brought here for a reason. He was not brought here to win a championship. He has been repetitious ever since he's been here. And he's reached the ceiling. And I'm pretty sure Leon Rose knows that. He just brought him back just to do what he does. And you can see, he's not a good. He's more to me when I look at him, coach, and I see him. He's an assistant coach. I don't see him as a head coach because he has had more success as an assistant coach, and you can tell. He just lost a 23-point lead. He does not make defensive adjustments. He does not utilize these players the way that they are supposed to be utilized. And I mean, this is I don't want to be repetitious because I mean this is stuff that people have been saying all night. And if we're saying all of this stuff, of course, the other coaches are looking at that and they're licking their chops. So if Thibs is not fired soon, what's going to happen? We're not going to win with this dude. I'm looking at Johnny Bryant soon. Okay. Once we go on that 5-game losing streak.
Okay. Appreciate the call, man. Call back anytime, bro.
Peace.
And CP, real quick, I don't know if you would agree with me, and I might surprise some people in the chat because they know I'm an avid, not Thibs, critique person, but I'm at a point where everything has to be analyzed to the microscope, to a T. But man, some of the glimpses we've seen early on, we can win with Thibs. Right? We can win. We had a 23-point lead tonight. We had a lead against the Cavs. So we've seen glimpses. It's just when we get to certain points, there's certain things that happen that I don't know if the style of coaching is for this roster, is for this team, is for the long-term, stability in terms of gaining a sustainable winner, or even when we have a roster conducive to his style.
It's a fair question.
I don't know that the way that he coaches in big spots is going to get us to where we want to go. And my opinion is, if we know that, then why not just peel it back, as you and I talked about? Just peel it back, just go all the way in with the youth, and see where it takes us, and see how maybe we get a young coach and go from there. See how far we go that way.
Fair question. Definitely a fair question. Let me go. All right, Ari, wrap it up. Rapid five. Close the show.
Yeah, what up, guys?
Yep.
Disgraceful performance today. Honestly, I like to JD's point. Usually when you have a 23-point lead and you give that up, the other team wastes so much energy that it's a close game down the stretch. But literally, we gave up the lead and we're double digits down with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I have no idea what the hell just happened, bro. Listen, the craziest thing about this whole thing is that all this was predictable, bro. The Knicks are not in the business of winning championships, all right? Listen, Brad, we made a win now move with Jalen Brunson, all right? We really thought Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, and Julius Randle was going to compete for a championship. This is a 500-win team, anywhere between a 400 to a 600-win team. We're stuck in mediocrity, bro, and now we're salary capped out. And we have a coach who has our highest ceiling player plays 9 minutes a game. So I can see Randle dribble the ball between his legs five, six times and then turn the ball over. It's crazy, dude. Listen, man, it's either the craziest thing to me is that the Knicks fans are acting like they're shocked right now. Oh, I can't believe we're 3-4. I can't believe we're 3-4. This, I've been saying this for 3 years, man. All right, RJ and Julius Randle do not fit together, okay? We've known this. You don't need to see it this 7 games. We've seen it for 3 years. It doesn't work, okay? And you're just going to add more salary to Jalen Brunson to be a 7 seed, an 8 seed? It's ridiculous. Why do you think Fournier's starting, CP? Optics. This team is not about winning chips.
No,
it's about optics.
It's not about optics, bro.
It's optics, man.
It's for Grimes to take the job, man. He's not healthy. He's not ready, man.
It's not just Grimes. Put IQ. I think IQ's deserved it over Fournier. Try something. He's a negative. Bro, he was at -20 when the Knicks were up by 15 points. He sucks. He plays no defense. He barely shoots. He's not even hitting his 3-pointer. He's useless, man. Useless. Put in IQ. Put in Cam Reddish. Whatever, man. But at the end of the day, dude, this is not shocking, right? What are we going to do about it? RJ's looking like hot garbage right now, right? It's early, 7 games, but he's looking like hot garbage. That's another team-friendly contract, right? This is disgraceful. We're stuck in mediocrity. This is horrible. Horrible.
So
we
what?
have to sell. We have to sell.
So you wanted them to trade RJ?
No, I want them to trade Julius Randle. Like I've been saying for 3 freaking years. Let Obi Toppin play more. Who cares? He missed a defensive assignment. He's not a perfect player. No one on the Knicks is. He's deserved the right to play 20, 25 minutes a game. I think if you get rid of Randle, it'll let RJ get more shots also. It'll let Obi get more touches. And if you don't win, great. Then you tank and you get a high lottery pick. But this win now nonsense, bro, I'm done, bro. JD, bro, you back me up right now, bro. I'm out, dude. I'm done. I'm done with this. This is nonsense right now.
Get a drink. You take the edge off, man. Shout out to Ari.
Well, let's look at Dallas. They beat Utah by 3, 103 to 100.
Oh, the Utah juggernaut has been upset right now.
But even in a win, it's like 103 to 100. Like Utah was about to win on the road.
They're playing tough, man.
We have Dallas pick this year, right?
Yeah, we do.
They're 4-3.
Okay, all right. There he is, man. I want to shout out the closer J Boogie, $40 super chat says shout out to the truck driver. We got a new merch. Let's get this guy's information and send him a new black KFTV hat for the love and appreciation I'm riding on the show. Yeah, man. Kevin the truck driver, man. Definitely email me, KnicksFanTV, gmail.com. Definitely send us an email and we'll get you a new snap, new black snaps in stores right now. He said, J Boogie says, stay safe on the road and anybody else driving. Shout out to Maurice Blanding, $10 super chat says, Bryant for Thibs, West for Rose, and we got killed by 2 guards that should have been Knicks. I will try to get with you guys Friday. Blessings, best show. Appreciate it, man. Let's go back to some more super chats. Great show, nevertheless. Let me just refresh here.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Indeed. It was a good show, nevertheless. Where was I? Willie Cruz is $10 super chat says Thibs not putting his players in a position to win. I just think the players just aren't that good, and they let the rope go today. Jalen Films says, man, just give me Jay Crowder and Sarge at this point. Give Obi a look. Sunk cost fallacy right now. Cash Money, Phoenix will never trade for Julius Randle. Cash Money says Pacers and Jazz have more talent and are restarting. We need to restart the rebuild. Shout out to Hotep says Randle bugging quickly, bugging Fournier trash. I was the one that didn't want to give up too much to get Mitchell, but damn, I sure regret not pulling off. Shout out to KG7 Full says I love coming here in the chat with y'all, but this franchise said no to getting Spider twice. This is a poverty franchise. Apostle in the making says embarrassing. Can we even call this a rivalry? We got to compete if this is a rivalry, and to lose like this, someone in the locker has to take command and say we cannot lose like this ever again. Yeah, everybody was down and out, man. You just wonder who's keeping that locker room together on nights like this. Above the rim says Max, you cannot tell us relax. It's how we are losing. Yeah, I agree with that. Sean and one says they need to start IQ at the 2. Adrian Pagano, $5 super chat says, need to stop trying to make RJ a 3-point shooter. That's not him. Getting downhill is. Why is he shooting more threes than Evan and IQ? Help him help himself.
Somebody in the chat said we was hype a week ago.
You can't make it up, man. Brandon Guess, is it worth keeping Thibs for the tank? He ain't it. Willie Cruz, we good. We have 400 first-round picks. Relax. Sean N1 says, free McBride and trade Rose. 0031 says, I told y'all we should have traded Randle for KP. Get him out of here. Bring him home. Aaron Vasquez says, a 2-man game between Julius and Evan have success. Why can't RJ and Julius do that? I think Evan, that lineup, is because of Julius. Yeah, but RJ's not a 3-point. He's not a capable. He's not a volume 3-point shooter like 40 is. And an efficient 3-point shooter. 00 says, I bet Sims shoots better from 3-point land than Randle. Harrison says, Ari was right and Han was wrong. Optics. Okay. All right. Great show, everybody. Once again, man, remember that the show is available in audio podcast format. So if you guys listen on Apple Podcasts, if you could leave us a 5-star review, or any review that you feel is appropriate. But certainly leaving us a review goes a long way in helping us promote the show. We're always looking for ways to promote. As usual, hit that like button, hit the thumbs up button on your way out, hit the subscribe button, and share these videos right now. Share this video right now. Trust and believe it works. We got to tap into the algorithm, let them know number one show for the fans by the fans is here. Go to manscaped.com, promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. And that is that, man. Back at it Friday night, man. Let's dust this off, move on to the next, and beat this Philly team. Philly is the game of the week, man. So tune in tomorrow. We'll have a preview show. Alex Sotaros, Dave Early, who covers the Sixers for Liberty Ballers, SB Nation, had a great conversation. So we'll get that together for you guys. Tune in tomorrow for that. And me and JD will be back Friday, man. See you guys Friday night. Knicks Sixers post-game live presented by Manscaped. We out of here.